Hello beautiful people, my name is Tyro and you're welcome back to my channel. Today, Easy Sewing with Tyke. So today I'll be showing you how I made this beautiful bobo dress with Asooke and fringe from start to finish. You already know how we do it here. So if this is something you're interested in, then you want to watch till the end. To all returning subscribers, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you all so much. And if today is your first time of joining us, it's so good to have you here. You're welcome. Please hit the subscription button and put on the notification bell so that you do not forget later on. Okay, thank you. So let's get started. So I have 3 yards of fabric here and it has been folded into 4. This is 1, 2. Here is unfold. So in the style we are recreating, the shoulder line does not have any joining. That's why I placed mine like this. But eventually your fabric is not enough, you can decide to make yours to have joining, but mine will not be having joining. That's why it is folded this way. So the length that I'm working with is 60, but I have 55 here, so I'll be adding to the M. So if you're working with like 60, you might want to use 3.5 yards of fabric or 4 yards of fabric. The measurement I have from here to here is 20, and this is the combination of my shoulder measurement and my sleeve measurement. So my shoulder measurement is 16, half of it, since this is on fold, is 8, and the length of the sleeve that I'm working with is 11. That's 11 plus 8 is 19. Then 1 inches sewing allowance to fold in the hem of the sleeve, that makes it 20. That was why I folded 20 this way. Now the first vertical measurement I'll be putting here is the armhole, but since this is a bubu, this is a maxi, I'll be using an armhole length of 10. So I have 10 here. Now the half length that I'm working with is 16.5, so I'll go ahead and measure that also. And the hip line is 26. Now to the next horizontal measurement. So because I want this dress to be very big, on the bust line I'll be coming in by 4 inches, on the waistline I'll be coming in by 5 inches, and on the hip line I'll be coming in by 3 inches, just as I am doing now, and I'll connect it. Now you can do this either way. You can put in your bust measurement. The bust measurement that I'm working with is 36, and you go ahead and add as much inches as you want, and depending on how big you want it to be, you can go ahead and add 3 inches, knowing fully well that when it is open, it means you've added 6 inches to both sides. But I want to exhaust the whole of this, so I'll be doing it this way. And now the next thing to do is to determine how big you want the sleeve opening to be. So I want mine to be 16 inches wide. So it means I'll be putting down 8 inches since the shoulder line is on fold. So I'll be putting down 8 inches that way. That is for my sleeve opening. Then I'll go ahead and add 1 inch joining allowance to the side. So now if your own shoulder would have a joining, then you want to factor in that joining allowance too. It means you'll be adding more allowance for your joining to that measurement. The 1 inch I added here is the allowance that I will use to join it at the side, so you want to factor all of that in, and I will just connect it like this. So by the time I'm joining the body, I'll start joining from here, which is the 1 inches, and that is it. So I'll go ahead and put in what I have here at the hip, which is 17. I have 17 here on the hip. I'll go ahead and put it at the M also, and I would connect it. For the width of the neck, I will be using 3.5. For the back neckline, I'll be coming down by 1 inch only. 1 inch only. I'll make a curve that way. While for the front neckline is a V-shaped neckline. I'll be coming down by 7 inches, and I'll connect it that way. Now it's time to cut it out. So I'll be cutting out the back neckline first, then open it up before cutting the front neckline. Don't make the mistake of cutting it together this way, because remember, this is both the front and the back. It's on fold. But I will be cutting the body together. I'll be cutting the back neckline, then I'll open it up to cut out the front neckline. This is the front side and this is the back area. This is the shoulder line. This is the shoulder line. Remember, we are not joining it, so I just want to put it there. So this is the shoulder, this is the back, this is the front. So I'll go ahead and trim out the front neckline now. Now that that is ready, it's time to cut out the Asooke design at the front of this dress. So to determine how wide the Asooke design will be, you can see that it is stopping around the shoulder area. So I'll be subtracting 1 inch from my shoulder measurement on fold. My shoulder measurement is 16 on fold, that is 8. 8 minus 1 is 7 inches. But I'll be adding 1 inch to it for folding it in at the side. So I have 8 on fold that way. But at the end of the day, when I'm done sewing, I would have 7 inches on fold. When opened, it will be 14. Now, if you check the style that we are recreating, you would notice that the Asooke design stops at the shoulder. Now, if that is the type you also want to make, you just want to place your Asooke this way, making sure that it matches up at the shoulder that way. Then you cut out the neckline. But I won't be doing mine this way. I want mine to extend all the way to the back. Now, the first thing I'll be doing now is to determine how long I want the front design to be. So I want the length of the front design to be 15.5 inches long. So I'll go ahead and measure out 15.5. That way I will rule it out. That new line that I'm ruling out will be the shoulder line. So the rest of the Asooke that I have that there will fall to the back. Now, making sure that the shoulder line on the Asooke matches up with the shoulder line on the fabric, I'll go ahead and place it this way. Then I'll cut out the neckline on the Asooke fabric as well. Now this is it, and we are done with the cutting process. You can also add shape to the back design of the Asooke. You can make it U-shaped, you can make it V-shaped, but I prefer this square shaped, and that is what I'll be going with. And now it's time to move over to the sewing machine. Okay, so I've gone ahead to fold the edges of the Asooke. I'm just going ahead to fold it this way with an M gum. You can see. So now we'll turn the neckline with this Asooke. So what you want to do is that this is the wrong side of the fabric, and this is the right side of the Asooke. So right side of Asooke facing the wrong side of the fabric. You will place it that way, and you will sew it all the way using the shape of the neckline, 1/2 inch all the way. So after sewing, you want to go make sure that you notch it all the way to ensure that the neck lay properly, after which you go ahead and top stitch. So you want to make sure that you push all the sewing to face the fabric that way, then you can go ahead and top stitch all the way around the neckline. And now this is what we have after top stitching. So the next thing to do now is to sew the Asooke design onto the fabric, to fix it onto the fabric. So I'll go ahead and sew it all the way on the 4 sides. But when I get to that lower part, I'll go ahead and attach the fringe. So I have 1 yard of that fringe, and I'll go ahead and exhaust it on that space. I'll keep folding it till I exhaust the whole 1 yard. Now you want to make sure that you use a matching thread and that you sew as close as possible to the edge of the design. You want to sew as close as possible to the edge of the design. So I'll go ahead and do all of that sewing now. And now this is what we have after fixing the Asooke design. The next thing to do now is to fold the sleeve opening. To fold the hem of the sleeve opening at both sides. Before closing the sides, I'll go ahead and fix the pocket. So if yours would not have pocket, you can go ahead and skip this step. But if yours will be having a pocket, then go ahead and fix the pockets. So now making sure that the right side of the pocket faces the right side of the fabric, I'll go ahead and sew the pocket opening, which the distance is 6.5, but my start point will be 1 inch below the tip of the pocket, because this does not have an half cut, so as to close off the upper part of the pocket, and the start point on the fabric would be the waistline. So from that start point, as you can see, I'll go ahead and sew 6.5 inches in length. That would be my pocket opening. After sewing it, I'll go ahead and notch it on both sides that way, making sure that the notch does not go over what I've sewn. Then I'll go ahead and turn it over and top stitch. Now that top stitching is optional. You can just go ahead and iron it to make it smooth, or you can go ahead and top stitch, but you want to have this. Now it's time to finish off the lower part and the upper part of the pocket. So folding the pocket into 2 that way on the right side first, because we want to achieve a neat look. I'll go ahead and sew the lower part that way. Now here you can go ahead and give it a curve to give it a shape, but I won't be doing that this time. I'll just go ahead and sew it straight that way. Once I'm done sewing the lower part, I'll go ahead and do the same thing at the upper. But now before sewing the upper part, I'll go ahead and give it a curve because it is attached to a gown. I don't want the pocket dangling at the upper part, so I'll just go ahead and give it the curve that way and trim it off, then sew it. Now that we're done sewing it, the next thing to do now is just to turn it inside and out, turn it to the wrong side, and repeat the same sewing process just to secure it and give it a neat look. And voila, the pocket is ready. So this is how the pocket looks. Yeah, that's the lower part and that's the upper part. So that's why I had to give it a curve at the upper part so that it won't dangle once it is joined at the side. Now the next thing to do now is to finish it off at the side, joining the front and the back block at the side. So you want to be careful not to sew over the pocket opening. You want to just sew closely beside it, that way. You'll be sewing on this fabric that I'm touching, not on the pocket opening. Please, you want to take note of that. So I decided to give mine a slit at the side, so I won't be sewing it all the way to the hem. Now the height of the slit is totally up to you, but mine is 12 inches. You can make it 15 inches, it's totally up to you. So I won't be sewing all the way to the hem. Rather, I will stop 12 inches before the hem. So the final step is to finish off the slits neatly this way by folding it in just as I am doing here. Then I'll also go ahead and finish off the hem neatly, and voila, the dress is ready. And that will be all for today. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If yes, kindly give it a thumbs up, okay? Like this video, share it, leave a comment for me. Let me know what you think. I love feedback. I'll be in the comment section, okay? You can also connect with me on my Instagram page at tyke_tyke. And if you're here to subscribe, please do so. Thank you and see you in my next video. Bye.